Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more Apex Legends gameplay. Today I'm dropping here on Kings Canyon at the Artillery Barrage Battery. You know I can't ever get the map right. Regardless, today's video, the gameplay is nothing too crazy, nothing world record, no 20 kills. I'm close. I have a game I recorded. I'm putting it up soon. I got close, but didn't get there just yet. Still on the hunt for the 20 kill game. This video today, it's about 10 minutes, I think, the gameplay. I'm going to cut it up, make sure it's not a whole lot of just me roaming around, searching for loot and whatnot. But the video I want to make is basically a couple tips and tricks on what I've gotten so far out of Apex Legends in terms of how to improve your game, both in terms of playstyle. Some of them are going to actually get to more hardware, which I know that's going to be more of a financial issue, but just hear me out on some of these advice. Again, this is all my personal opinion. My own experience is what's helped me get better. And since I don't expect this game to have a super long lifespan, I already see that the player count is kind of dipping a little bit, but that's to be expected. It had that really initial new game kind of hoorah, and people were all downloading and trying it out, and then it's kind of eventually starting to thin out. You get a lot more sweats in the game, but I mean, that's people trying to get better at the game, so you can compete now because of the information I'm going to give you. So again, I don't claim to be a coach. No one's, I don't have professional training in Apex Legends, but I mean, I win a lot of the games, so this is kind of some tips and basically some advice if anyone wanted to know how to get better at the game and how to improve their game style. So I'm going to just kind of go in order here. It's not really nothing to the order, but I just got a list beside me. So initially, landing. Now, the thing I wrote here is Chaos versus Quiet Start. And what I mean by that is, do you want to drop in at Skull Town or the high tier loot zone where everyone's going, or like it's kind of, if you played Fortnite, it's like Tilted Towers but in Apex. Do you want to drop in all the shit, or do you want to drop in more of a quiet area, maybe face one squad, loot up, and then kind of get your game going that way? Now, pros and cons to that. So Chaos, and by Chaos I mean dropping in at the crazy, dropping in at Skull Town, dropping in at those high loot areas, or even on the ship. I forget what the ship is called, but like what the ship that has all the high tier loot. If you drop there and you win those battles, or if no one's there, you're going to leave with some nice loot. You're going to leave loaded. You're going to have a lot of good armor for your squad. You're going to have a lot of ammo, a lot of good guns. You're going to leave with a really good chance of winning the game. Also, if you land there and people are there and you win, you've already racked up 5, and sometimes I've even left Skull Town with 9 kills personally. So you have a lot of kills, you're kind of warmed up with the action, you have a lot of momentum. Then if you kill all those guys, they all brought the loot to you, so you have a lot of loot to go through, and the vibe on the squad is good. You're going in strong, you're going to win the game, hopefully. Now, obviously, the downside to Chaos Start is you might get killed quick, which leads to a lot of frustration, but that depends on if you're gonna be good or not, if you're in your bag, as one would say. So I really don't recommend one or the other. It depends on my mood, but those are the two differences. The two options you have is either landing in all the shit or landing more of a outer area than working your way into the map. So next thing is going to be managing inventory. Now, this is something that I have issues with, and just kind of hear me out on this one because it does differ depending on the time or the situation that you're in. But managing inventory, basically what I mean by that is, don't forget to check in there in your inventory. Like, once all the crap is done, once you've landed and you've run through and picked everything up because you're scrambling for a gun, right after that first initial gunfight, if you get a second and it's kind of quiet and you're not going to get shot, go through your inventory, get rid of all the stuff you're not going to need. Now, don't get rid of stuff you might need. Now, if you grab the turbocharger or one of the chokes, maybe a precision choke or the skull piercer, don't get rid of that per se initially, because you might find a gun that you use that with. But if you have energy ammo and you never use energy weapons, get rid of it. If you have a shotgun bolt and you don't even want to use a shotgun, get rid of it. Basically, make space so that when you do find loot that you need, either it be in a death crate or on the ground, you don't have to worry about, oh shit, my inventory's full, I have to run by it. Or in terms of death crates, you don't have to spend too much time with your thumb up your ass in the death crate. You can get out of that menu, get back in the game, and not get shot in the back. So, also on that note, remember to grab shields and health. That's a problem that I have a lot. I'll grab all the guns, all the ammo, sometimes even grenades, and I find myself getting into gunfights. At the end, I'm like, I have no syringes, and I'm sitting here, at half health and no shield, and I'm in a pickle because I'm 2 bullets away from dying, and I didn't remember to grab any of the health, either med kits, Phoenix kits. Remember to scroll all the way down and grab that health. You're gonna really be thankful you had it when it comes time to needing it later in the round. So, third thing. This is going to be more of an opinion. This is going to depend on your playstyle, but for me personally, my recommendation, if anyone's asking for advice and how to get better at the game or how to win more games, Personally, I would recommend stay away from shotguns and energy ammo weapons. That being the the triple take, the devotion, and the havoc. Unless you have the turbocharger for the havoc and the devotion, those guns are ass. Do not pick them up. Again, this is my opinion, so just hear me out. I would say don't pick those guns up unless you have a unless you have a turbocharger. Sorry, I can't fucking talk here. Overall, stay away from those energy weapons, again, unless you get a lucky turbocharger, because then the devotion goes pretty hard. But overall, the shotguns, I mean, the Peacekeeper is the best shotgun, and I think there actually is a nerf coming to the Peacekeeper soon, so I'm not going to use a Peacekeeper anymore. The Precision Choke, it does help, but I've found that other guns are more effective. That's also my second point on this. I've found that heavy weapons, whether it be LMGs or the gun I'm using right here, which is the Flatline, or the Hemlock, even the Wingman, I found those guns are way better at range than any other weapon, even the energy weapons, anything like that. And also, if you have the Prowler, maybe even a Select Fire mod, the guns just shred health, they shred armor. And going off of that, the light ammo ARs, which is the R301, and the SMGs being the R99, they shred through armor. The R99, if you have an extended mag on that gun and you can hit your shots, it doesn't really matter if they even have gold armor. You're going to peel off their armor in one magazine if you can hit your shots. Then you switch weapons, whatever you have next, go in for the kill. I recommend picking either it be a heavy weapon like the, what's it called? Dang it, I'm forgetting with the SMG. It just slipped my mind. I'll come back to Prowler. There it is. Either the Prowler or the Wingman if you want to use it as a primary, the Flatline and the Havoc. I don't recommend the LMG per se. It's just not my thing. But those guns are definitely better in winning gunfights, and they've helped me win a lot of games. Speaking of gunfights, burst and single fire, single shot is your friend, especially at range. Now, when I'm using the Flatline or the Hemlock or anything of that nature, then the Wingman's obviously one shot as it is. Don't sit there and just hose your gun, because even though I'm trying to get lucky and I'll use the Hemlock and I'll try to burst at range, I just end up wasting all my ammo. I might get their shields down 1 or 2 hits. They're just going to go hide, recharge. I've wasted my ammo. They're all healthed up. They're going to come and kick my ass. So don't waste your ammo. Try to close that gap. Now, don't get too close if you don't have close range weapons, but don't waste your ammo shooting at those long range targets. Also in gunfights, a big tip that I have found, especially that I play Bangalore, it's my main character, know when to run. There really is no shame in running. There's not some I guess, vibe or some concept that you have to stay and fight and die. It makes no sense. If you're getting shot up and you know that you're not going to win that gunfight, haul ass out of there. If you're Bangalore, pop your smokes. You have double timing on a cook out of there. If you're if you're Wraith, you can teleport out of there. If you're Mirage, you can obviously use your decoys. Make sure to use your defensive advantages. Use your, I guess, abilities. Get out of there. Go back, try to hide, recharge, go back in the gunfight better. Seldom do you ever win a gunfight at 1 HP. The guns are just too strong in this game. You're going to get killed. You're going to have a bad time. Just remember, running, there's really no shame in it. Just know, when to run, health up, and come back at it. I guess on the other hand, contrary to that, stay aggressive. Now, I don't mean in every gunfight, but stay aggressive in the game. If you run around and you're aggressive and you're actively trying to find squads, if you hear a gunfight, you go to it, you're not only going to help practice your gunfights or your gunplay, you're going to find better loot along the way. And then also, a thing that I've found that happened to a lot of people in Fortnite and really a lot of Battle Royales, if you think about it, the last battle is between the top 2 squads in the round. It's to see who is the, number 1 squad. So either you're going to have 2 equally loaded teams that are going to fight to the death, or in the case of one team's going to try to hide and run around the outsides, you're going to end up fighting a super loaded squad that has gold weapons and tons of ammo and legendary or even gold armor. And you have, blue armor and your R301, you're going to lose. Stay aggressive. It's going to help you in the long run by bettering your skills in terms of gunfights and knowing, what buildings you can jump on, some little plays. You're going to get better with accuracy gunplay, and also you're going to have the loot you need to win those games at the end. Understand your character's abilities. Now, if you haven't played a character a lot, don't be afraid to hop in the tutorial again. Learn the abilities, know what they are. You don't want to be hitting the wrong buttons in the gunfight and waste abilities. I've done that before if I'm not playing Bangalore. Understand your abilities and know when to use them. Don't forget to use your ultimates. They can really save ass in those last-minute gunfights. And this is kind of going to be a last thing. Sound is a big thing in this game, as with any shooter. If you have the availability and the, I guess, resources to get a headset, even a Turtle Beach, it helps a ton. Knowing whether you can hear enemies open doors, you can hear the spawn ships coming in, you can hear them getting revived or charging shields. You know when to come around a corner and shoot them. And I guess, as we're here at the end of the game, don't get complacent. If you're running around and you can't find the last squad, don't, get quiet and, oh, they're not going to come. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep the high ground. Be ready for that last fight because they might sneak up on you. And the last thing you want to do is go the entire game, get all loaded up, then get ambushed and die, and then it was all for nothing. I know that was a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, and have a good day. Peace.